Hello, everyone out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Notes. I'm Diego, and we're going to finish up talking about Sex and the City. That's right, Sex and the City, that wonderful show from the late 90s, early 2000s. I'm Diego. I'm sure you're tired of hearing me say this over and over again. I'm Diego. I've watched all 94 episodes of Sex and the City, and I am about to officially finish reviewing all 94 episodes of Sex and the City. This is like the last one here, okay? No more Sex and the City episodes after this. I do not count that abortion called And Just Like Crap. I do not consider that Sex and the City. That was just a piece of shit. All right. This is the real Sex and the City. I can't believe I got through all fucking 6 seasons. All right. In my reviews, and most of these reviews were more than one episode to review. Oh, damn it. This is part 5 of my review of the final episode of Sex and the City. This is season 6, episode 20, An American Girl in Paris, part 2. All right, this is the last episode. This wraps up the entire show, okay? Now, if you've been following my videos here, then you know damn well that I do not bullshit here. I do not lie. I tell you the honest to God truth from a straight man's point of view. That's the point of view you did not get when you watched this show originally, okay? I'm not one of your gay friends. I'm not one of your girlfriends. I ain't gonna go shopping with you, okay? I don't give a shit about Oscar de la Renta or Dwar. I thought Oscar de la Renta was a fucking boxer, okay? I don't give a shit about Manolo Blahniks or Barney's or Birkenbags or any of that fucking shit. I could give 2 fucking shits about that stuff. You know why? Because I'm fucking straight. That's why. What I care about is the relationships between the men and the women. Okay? The boning. All right? If you want to call it that. And I sure as hell will. Okay? I do not censor myself here. I give you the straight truth. Honest to God. Okay? A straight dose of reality. I'm going to get you out of fucking lollipop land. Okay? I'm going to put you back in the real world where we all live. Okay? Where we all belong. Okay? I'm going to give it to you straight up, baby, with no lube. No lube. I do not censor myself here, okay? So I'm going to talk to you the way I would talk to anybody, okay? Now, I was a big fan of the show back in the day when it first came out. I have not watched these episodes in a long time, and I'm glad I did. I got to relive my youth a little bit. I was a much younger man back then, more naive back then. I was young. I was living in a big city. I was hanging out with all my friends. We were all models, actors, musicians, comedians, okay? We all hung out together, went to the same bars, same nightclubs, same concerts. We did a lot of things together, and we were doing the same things that these women were doing, only we were a great deal younger than these women were, okay? I was a good 10, 15 years younger than the women on this show, but other than that, I was doing the same things they were doing, okay? I was actively dating. Like I said, as a young man, that's what you do in your 20s. You get fucked up and you fuck, okay? I was going to school during the day. I was working at night, all right? So it was a fun time in my life. I don't regret it at all, okay? And that's one of the reasons that I watched Sex and the City, because all the hot girls that I knew were watching this show, okay? So this was like my way in. I could learn about women, and I could have something to talk about with all the hot girls, because every hot girl was watching Sex and the City. I could talk to them about it, okay? And I wasn't gay. See? You see what I did there? Okay, exactly. That's why I did it. All right? And it worked. Okay, but anyway, that's the point is, that's not the point. Well, it is the point. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Sex and the City, okay? So I watched the show. I was a big fan. I loved it. I just did not like the way they portrayed the straight guys on the show. These were not real men. These were caricatures. All right? So I'm going to give you a straight man's point of view. I'm going to tell you the honest God truth of what a straight man would think about in these situations, about these women, what would realistically happen, as opposed to what a show that was written by gay guys presents heterosexual relationships, okay? I'm not going to give you that here. I'm going to give you what a straight guy thinks about heterosexual relationships, okay? That's what I'm going to give you here. Straight up with no lube, all right? The real question is, can you handle it? Can you handle it? I don't think you can. I don't think you can, all right? So let's proceed, okay? So where we left off here on this episode, a lot's been going on. They threw a lot of money onto this show, a lot of product placements, okay? It was very expensive to film these episodes, especially in the final season. By this time, the show was a big hit. Everyone was tuning into the show. Everyone all the women were tuning into the show. Every middle-aged white woman in America was watching this fucking show, okay? They're all talking about sex, okay? A lot of product placements. A lot of celebrities did cameos on the show, like Matthew McConaughey. Even fucking Ginger Spice from the fucking Spice Girls appeared in an episode, okay? We had Carrie Fisher on there. We had Vince Vaughn on there. We had Sarah Michelle Gellar on there. We had a lot of fucking celebrities. Hugh Hefner even showed up, So yeah, so the show was very popular here. Okay, and you can tell that they put a lot of money into these episodes. Okay, they're filming in Paris, they're filming in New York, they're filming in all these different locations. All right, so it must have cost them a lot of money, but they knew this was the end of it, so they wanted to go all out, which was good. I'm glad they did. Quality episodes all the way. Okay, so where we left off last time, Carrie's in Paris. She's not happy at all. She's been neglected by her boyfriend Alexander in Paris. She has no friends. She has nothing to do. No job. She misses her friends. She misses her job. She misses New York City. She's not happy there at all. Like I said, nobody knows her, and she doesn't know anybody. Okay, all she does is walk around and she eats by herself, and she waits for her boyfriend to get off of work. He always is called back to work, so she's neglected the whole entire time. Okay, so that's basically her life in Paris. She's miserable. She lost her fucking Carrie necklace, that necklace she always wore that had her name in cursive on there. She lost it. She was upset about it. Alexander, her boyfriend, got her a diamond necklace. Told her not to lose this one. So she's not happy there. She's not happy at all. Finally, she does end up meeting some friends. She makes some new friends at a bookstore. They recognize her as the author of the best-selling book Sex and the City. Well, it was only a bestseller in France. It wasn't a bestseller in fucking America. Okay. And they did mention that in the episodes that it was like Jerry Lewis. It does great in France, doesn't do very good in America. Okay, so because she got this $25,000 royalty check, remember, from the book sales in France, but not from America. Okay, so she's a big hit in France, and some people at the bookstore, some French people, a young lady and a gay guy, they decide to throw her a dinner party in her honor because she's like a local celebrity now. So she decides to go to it. Her boyfriend cannot go because he's got an exhibition at the museum that night. So he tells her to go and have fun. So that's what she decides to do. But before they go off, he has an anxiety attack. He doesn't feel confident about his artwork. He feels he's too old. He thinks he's going to be a joke. They're going to laugh him out of the museum. So he's scared to go out there. And so Carrie decides to give up going to her event, her dinner, and decides to go with her boyfriend to a show because she knows how important it is to him. Well, once they get there, he ditches her completely. He lets go of her hand and goes hang out with all these French fuckers and talks about his artwork. So Carrie's stuck there by herself in the museum, sitting there alone on a bench. She's trying to smoke. The security guard tells her you can't smoke in the building. So she just ups and fucking leaves. She decides to go to her dinner party. And while she's trying to get there, she's trying to hail a cab. Big showed up from New York. He pulls in right next to her, but they do not notice each other. They miss each other by that. Okay. But she finally does make it to the restaurant for her dinner party. Everyone's already gone. They're already putting away all the silverware. She did not show up, so they canceled it. And she knows they canceled it because there was a book. Her book was there at the table. I'm guessing these people wanted her to sign it for her, but when she didn't show up, when she shagged them, they just left the book there and walked away. So now she feels bad that she let down her fans. So she goes back to the hotel room to confront her boyfriend for ditching her at the fucking museum when she canceled her own event just to go be with him, and then he automatically ditched her once they got there. So she starts yelling at him. He's in no mood. He's stressed out. He's in no mood to deal with her bullshit, which is not really bullshit, but she's angry and he doesn't want to deal with it right now. So he basically blows her off. He's like, we'll talk tomorrow when you've calmed down. I'm going to go take a shower. Then I'm going to go to bed. And she grabs him and tries to stop him from walking away from her while she's trying to yell at him. And he fucking shakes her fucking hands off of his shoulder. When he does that, he fucking gets her on the fucking face. And so now she's pulling this shit. Okay. So he accidentally struck her in the face. It was an accident, but I remember being in the bar, the Cosmos, when that scene happened, all the fucking women in the bar with me, because I was at a Sex and the City party in Chicago the night this episode dropped for the first time, and all these women were in there with me. I was like the only straight guy in there, I think, that I remember, and like they were all fucking drunk as shit and screaming at the fucking big screen TV that we were all watching this episode on. And when that scene happened, oh my God, everyone was like, oh, he struck Carrie. They were all doing it too, So I went to a fucking Sex and the City party in Chicago when the last episode aired, and I already told you the story how I snuck in there without fucking having to pay the $50 cover charge you needed just to get in. That night I got there early, and I sat in the back so nobody saw me. Anyway, but it's also basically at a Sex and the City party. I snuck my way into that. All right, so that was going on there. Meanwhile, back in the States, Samantha Smith went to Canada to film a movie. Samantha said it's okay if you want to fuck somebody else while you're out there. Of course, he said, I'm not going to do that because I would never cheat on you, even though you're a fucking 48-year-old fucking slut who's fucking smoked more meat than Hickory Farms. Me being a super gorgeous, good-looking 28-year-old man, yeah, I'm not going to cheat on you at all because I have too much feelings for you and I could never break your heart that way, despite the fact that you fucked another guy right in front of me not that long ago, and I immediately forgave you for it. Because I just want to make sure you got home safe, right? Yeah, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, all right? But anyway, that's what's going on. Just go with it. Samantha had a cancer square. They got rid of the cancer, but she had to go through chemotherapy, so she lost her sex drive. So that's the reason she tells him, "Hey, listen, you want to fuck someone else? Go ahead." He says he's not going to do it. Later on, she calls him over there because she received the flowers that he sent her, saying, "I can't wait for spring. I miss you." She called. So she hugs the card that he left her. She hugs her fucking $10,000 fur coat, and then she calls him. He's going through craft services, getting his food while he's on the set dressed up like a barbarian. And she tells him basically, "Hey, listen, remember when I said you could fuck whatever you want? You don't have to do that if you don't want to." And he's like, "Well, I haven't and I won't." And she's like, "Well, instead of saying won't, why don't you just say don't?" Okay? In other words, okay, you better not fuck anybody while you're out there. Okay, you had better not fuck anybody while you're out there. Basically, she's telling him what he can and cannot do with his own fucking body. Now, how's that for a fucking progressive message, right? Fuck you, Samantha. Okay, the fact that he hasn't cheated on you, I don't fucking believe it. I know guys like Smith Jerrod would definitely have at least one other girl and say someone closer to his own fucking age. Okay, in case you've been paying attention, ladies, then you realize that Samantha used her PR status to book him a lot of fucking acting jobs and make him a pseudo celebrity. I mean, she got him a billboard in Times Square where he's fucking buck ass naked. Okay, she got him to the MTV Awards. Okay, she got him a fucking in a Gus Van Sant movie. Okay, he's been to a premiere for a big budget Hollywood movie. So yeah, she's done a lot for his career. So why do you think he's fucking her? Okay, of course the show ain't gonna go there. They're not gonna tell you that. You're gonna have to figure that out on your own. Okay, because there's no way Samantha can be played. She's the player, not the played. Right? Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. I feel sorry that she's got cancer. Okay, but any guy like Smith Jerrod realistically would be using Samantha. Okay, and once she stops helping his career, he will stop helping her, if you know what I mean. Okay, and a guy like that most definitely would be fucking other girls on the set. Okay, especially when he's got an excuse to not be with her every night. Okay, oh, I'm in Canada, I can't be with you. Yeah, of course, he's gonna be fucking other girls while he's there. All right, so that's going on here. Okay, meanwhile, Charlotte is trying to adopt a kid. They were going to adopt a kid from this redneck family from North Carolina, from Charlotte, North Carolina. Get it? That's why she picked them. But then they backed out at the last minute. They told them they changed their mind. They just wanted a free trip to New York, but they had no intention of ever giving Charlotte or Harry their baby. So now Harry's pissed off. He's going to he wrote a nasty letter to the adoption company, and they're still going to try to adopt the kid, but Harry's really upset. He's more upset than Charlotte, actually. He's crying more than Charlotte is about this. He's, oh, God lost her address. Like what the fuck? It's not that big of a deal. Okay, you can't mourn over a baby you haven't even fucking had yet or met yet. Okay, no one's pregnant here. Okay, so that's going on. But they really want to have a kid. Meanwhile, Miranda's dealing with the fact that her mother-in-law has mental issues. She's suffering from dementia. The doctors believe that she had a stroke recently, but since she lives alone, nobody was there when it happened. So she's forgetting people's names. She's losing her temper. She's having these outbursts. She snuck out of the house. Recently, Miranda had to go fucking chase her and go look for her, and she found her in front of a trash can eating food out of the trash can. Yeah. That's how far gone she is. Okay, and it's not her fault, but this happened in my family as well. This happened to my mother. My mother never went to a trash can or anything like that. But I had to take care of my mother during the last years of her life when she was suffering from dementia. So I know exactly what Miranda's going through. And I know exactly what it's like to have to take care of the person that took care of you your whole fucking life. It's unbelievable, but this episode really struck home for me because it brought all that back. I haven't thought about that stuff in a long time. Watching this episode again brought it all back. And I got a little bit emotional. I can't help it, I miss my mother a lot. I do. She's been gone a long time now. But, I'll always love her, and I'm happy I had a chance to be with her in her final days. My only regret is that she passed away before she could meet her grandson. So all I can do for my son now is just tell him stories about her and show him pictures of her. Okay, but that's a totally different thing here. Okay, so that's what's going on. So now we're all caught up. All right. So Carrie decides to break up with Alexander in the hotel. She tries to get her own room, okay? But while she's in the lobby, Big arrives. Now, Big said in the last episode that he was going to go, if the girls wanted him to, he would go to Paris himself and roam the streets until he finds her, okay? Because that's how much he loves her, okay? He actually talked to Carrie's girlfriends in New York to say, like, hey, if you think I have a chance with her, if you think she's making a mistake, then I will go right now to Paris and I'll get her back. I'll bring her back home. But if you think that she's going to be happy with this guy, then I don't want to mess that up, and I'll fucking leave, and I'll just be history. So I need to ask your advice because you know her better than I do. Should I go or should I stay? And basically Miranda told her, go to Paris and go get our girl. Well, now he's in Paris. Now he almost ran into her earlier when she was trying to get a taxi in the street to try to make it to her dinner, but they missed each other by that much. They did not notice each other. And I remember when that scene happened in the bar, all the women were like, ah! When Big showed up, when Carrie and Big almost ran into each other, but no, that doesn't happen until right now. So of course Carrie's upset. She realizes she made a big mistake. She never should have gone to Paris. She never should have stayed with Alex. She never should have left home. Okay, she realizes that now. Okay, and then all of a sudden Big shows up. He shows up in the lobby of the hotel, the Plaza Athénée in Paris. Okay, so that's where we are right now. Okay, he makes eye contact with her. She makes eye contact with him. Okay, and she's like, hi. She starts having a meltdown. She starts crying in front of him. And of course he's like, hey, what's going on here? Why the tears? And he's like, what's with the tears? And she says, like, Paris is a mess. I shouldn't have come here. Everything fell apart. We had a fight and I got slapped. He's like, what? He's like, oh, it was an accident. He didn't mean it. He's like, he slapped you? He's like, no, it's not like that. He's like, all right, I'm kicking his ass. Boom. Now we're speaking my fucking language here. Okay. All right, motherfucker. Yes, I know she's not your girlfriend right now, Big. But I'm trying to think, like, you know what? If some dude fucking hit my girlfriend, slapped my fucking girlfriend, that was all I would need to know. Okay? That fucker, I'm breaking him in fucking half. Okay? I'm gonna fucking break him in fucking half. All right. Nobody fucking touches my girl like that. No, I don't even touch my girl like that. Okay, so now you think I'm ever gonna let anyone else fucking hit my girl? Fuck no, dude. You're gonna have a really fucking bad couple of weeks ahead of you. Okay. So finally, Big shows some balls. Okay, now he's been acting like a beta male recently. I don't know why the fuck he just decided. The show did not explain to us why he just woke up one day and decided he wanted Carrie back. The second to the last episode of the entire show, he just got there and decided, I want you back, with no real explanation. Just, I miss you. I made a mistake, but we don't know what got him to that point. So I have to guess. I've already guessed and stuff, but he's been displaying a lot of beta male behavior. Carrie's the one. I need you so much. One. He never really did that before. Okay, but now he's doing it. Okay, but now he's starting to act like a man. Now he's like, okay, I'm gonna kick this fucker's ass. How dare he fucking touch you like that, And he starts marching. Now he doesn't know what room it is. He asks Carrie, what room were you in? She's like, I ain't gonna tell you that. Well, of course, the hotel clerk is like, room 635, that's where you were. He's like, 635, thank you. And he starts marching towards the elevator and she tries to stop. No, it was an accident. He didn't mean to do it. Of course, he can't wait for the elevator. So he starts going to the stairs and starts climbing up the stairs. He's going straight to fucking room 635. And he's going to beat the shit out of this goddamn pinko communist fucking Euro trash fucking ballet dancer asshole. So he's marching over there, and I would have done the same thing. I would have done the exact same thing as him. Okay, so he starts going there. Of course, Carrie's screaming at him, trying to get him to stop. He's like, I'm kicking some Russian's ass right now. I'm gonna kick some fucking Ruski ass right now. And she chases him as he's going up the stairs, and he keeps going up these endless flight of stairs. It's only 6 flights he's going up, but he's having a hard time doing it, He's not in the best shape, okay? So he's going up the stairs, and Carrie keeps screaming at him the whole time. She's like, stop! You don't need to do this! It's unnecessary! Slow down! You're gonna have a heart attack! Ooh. Premonition there, huh? Well, relax. Okay, it's 2004. It's not 2021 yet. You know? And she hasn't had a chance to murder him yet. All right. She's like, you're gonna have a heart attack. I'm gonna kill you and not call 911. I mean, you're gonna have a heart attack. I took care of it already. I don't need you to protect me. You don't have to rescue me. He's like, I'm clocking that motherfucking foreigner, and there's nothing you can do about it. He's marching over there. And of course, once he gets to the 6th floor, he's like, he's out of breath. He's walking over there. So Carrie trips him. She puts her foot in front of his, and they both fucking splatter on the floor. Okay, so she's on her face. He's on his back. Okay, in the lobby, in the hallway there. And the very nice, the 5-star hotel, Plaza Athene. Okay, I love saying that, Athene. Okay. And they're sprawled out on the floor there. And she looks at him, and he looks at her, and they both just start fucking laughing. Which, I don't see what's so funny. It's not funny to go out there to beat the shit out of somebody. I think the reason he's laughing is, come on, dude. This guy's like, what, 47, 48 years old. He's not in the best shape of his life. Okay, I mean, 6 flights of stairs winded him. Do you really think he wants to fucking fight a professional ballet dancer? You know, I mean, I mean, Chris Noth is what, 6'4", 6'3"? You know, Mikhail Baryshnikov, what is he? Like 5'2", 5'3"? It's not going to be much of a fight, okay? I'm sure he's a better dancer than Big, but I don't know. My money would be on Big, okay? Once he gets his hands on this fucking ballet fucker, he's done, dude. He's done. None of this fucking shit from White Knights is going to save you, Baryshnikov. Okay? Anyway, so that's going on here. Okay, and they start laughing, okay? And then the scene automatically shifts to outside. Now they're outside of the hotel. It's nighttime. It's cold outside. It's not snowing, but it's cold outside. It's very windy in Paris. Okay, and they're walking together, okay, outside. Okay, and Big's like, you know, I got to hand it to you, kid. Most people come to Paris to fall in love. You came to get slapped. She's like, well, why is that funny? He's like, and they both start laughing, okay? And then he gives her coat. Are you cold? And he gives her his coat because he's a gentleman like that, you know? Okay, and she's like, this is so surreal. Like, how did you even get here? Carrie, it took me a really, really long time to get here. But I'm here. Carrie, you're the one. Okay, he didn't say it like that. Carrie, you're the one. I'm sorry. It's cheesy, okay? I'm waiting for fucking Neo from the Matrix to stick his head from the back and go like, boom, boom. You know? Okay, sorry. Sorry, man. Yeah, Keanu Reeves should have showed up with some fucking black sunglasses right there. It's cheesy. It's cheesy. I'm sorry. It's fucking cheesy. It's cheesy. All right. So that happens here. Of course, she smiles at him when he says that she's the one. She said, kiss me, you big crybaby. So, of course, they kiss each other and they hug each other, and he runs his hands. He fondles her hair with his hands and all that kind of bullshit, you know. And they're making out right there in front of the river, you know. Okay, kiss and hold each other. It's very windy, so the hair's blowing and it's breezy and shit. And she's like, I miss New York. She's like, take me home. Okay, and they walk away together. You know, he puts his arm around her and they walk away together. And they leave Paris, France. They leave. which is good. She needed to get the fuck out of there. She wasn't happy there. Okay, I wouldn't be happy in that situation. She didn't make any friends. She didn't get a job. She basically just followed Alex around. Okay, but he was always busy with his work, so she really had nothing to do. She didn't think it through. So they go back to New York together. Okay, meanwhile, Harry gets a letter. We're back at Charlotte's place. And Charlotte's there, and she brought some Chinese food. And Harry gets a letter in the mail. She's like, I'm sorry, I'm a bad wife. I know, I got us some Chinese takeout. He's like, well, I got some from China too. And he pulls out this envelope, and he's like, Charlotte, honey, they're going to give us a baby. I guess God remembered our address. We're going to get her in 6 months. And he shows Charlotte the picture, the little baby picture that came with the envelope, and it's a little infant girl, a little infant Asian girl, and of course Charlotte just fucking looks at this picture, and she starts fucking. That's our baby. I know it. That's really our baby. Yeah, whatever. Okay, of course, Harry hugs her and stuff. He's fucking crying too. Of course he is. Okay, and he hugs her and he's crying and she's crying and fucking we look at the baby, the little Asian baby girl picture. Okay, and what can I say about this scene except welcome to the show, Lily. Can't wait till you're old enough to get your first fucking period. Yeah. Can't wait for that shit to happen. Can't wait till you start posing your sexy pictures of your fucking 13-year-old self on Instagram. Yeah. Kardashian style. Well, at least you'll learn to play the piano, right? Yes, you murderer. Okay. No, she didn't do it. It was Carrie. Carrie's the one that killed him, not her. All right. Meanwhile, Miranda is reading the newspaper at her house by herself, and Magda walks in. Okay. Magda, who's been with Miranda for several years now, her housekeeper / babysitter. She's the one that takes care of the baby, really, when Miranda's at work, especially when she was a single mom. Okay. And Magda's there, and she sees her reading there. And she goes up to Miranda. And she says, what you did. She's Ukrainian. I know, Ukrainian. I know, man. I feel bad. She says, what you did. Because she saw her go chase after her mother-in-law. And she saw her bring her mother-in-law back. And she saw her give her mother-in-law a bath. Like the way she gives a bath to her child. In the bathtub, yeah. Yeah, Magda saw all of this. And she's like, what you did. That is love. You can love. And Miranda just starts getting all misty-eyed, like she's starting to cry. And she's like, let's not make a big deal about this to Steve. I don't want to upset him, It'll just make him cry. And then Magda kisses Miranda on the forehead. Okay. And walks away. Great scene. Honestly, Miranda did a complete fucking turn. She went from fucking being one of the worst characters on this show that I could not fucking stand. Selfish, elitist, always putting down people, especially men. Just being a bitch and a fucking downer the entire time the show's been on. She treated her husband like shit. When they were together, she mercy fucked him. That's why she got pregnant. She's been fucking just this fucking annoying fucking cunt the entire show. I mean, she's got her moments where she's nice and stuff, mostly with Carrie. Like, she'll do anything for Carrie. They only got into one fight in the entire time the show was on. But She treats people like shit. Okay, except for her three girlfriends. Carrie especially. She treats her husband like shit. She's treated Magda like shit in the past. You know, all her sexual partners, she's treated them like shit too. The ones that stuck around long enough to get to know her, you know, she's just a downer and a depressant, and she's just this fucking bitch, you know. But to see her do something so unselfish like that, it really just shocked me. Now, Steve gave her a message a few episodes ago when they bought the house in Brooklyn, the big house in Brooklyn that they're living in now. She didn't want to go there. She didn't want to leave. Sorry, she didn't want to leave Manhattan. She's never left Manhattan. Like, that wasn't going to happen. But when Steve talked to her, he's like, hey, listen, it's not about you anymore. It's not about what you want anymore. It's not just about you. Okay, we're a family now. We are a family. Okay, there's you, me, and our son. And we need a bigger place. Okay, and if this place is good enough, then we should consider taking it. Because it's not about what you want anymore, you know? And then she realized, like, oh my God, I'm married. I'm a mother. I have a husband and I have a child. It's not just about what I want anymore, which is fucking true. But it took him calling. They already got married by this point, and their kid was already a year old before she fucking realized that it's not just about her. Okay? And then she fucking started thinking about her family instead of just thinking about herself and her friends. Carrie. By that I mean Carrie. All right? So that was a good moment, and now she's showing it. Carrie's not even around, and she still did this for her mother-in-law, a woman that she cannot fucking stand. But she still went out there and looked for her and brought her back safe and took care of her and moved her into her house. She didn't have to do any of these things. She did this because she actually fucking has a heart. She actually had, I didn't think she had one, honestly. I thought she was just a cold-hearted cunt, but she's not. She's actually a real person in there. I wish I could have seen some more of that. I really wish I could have seen more of that. I would have had a lot more sympathy for Miranda. You know, it's hard for me to sympathize with a woman that just puts people down all the time, especially men. The shit that she said about men, you could never do the other way around. No guy would ever be allowed to say that shit on a TV show. The shit that she said about guys. And this is fucking 20 fucking years ago. Okay, it's even worse today. Okay, the misandry was just fucking through the roof with her. And that's why I was so angry with her. Was because I didn't like all the shit she said about men, which wasn't fucking true. Okay, the show's not true either. Okay, but you know, the things they said about men, just bullshit. There are no real men on this show. I've only met like one or two, maybe three men on this show. The rest of the men on the show were cartoon characters. They did not represent us at all. Okay, these weren't even human beings, much less men. Okay, so yeah, so to see Miranda do something unselfish like that, it threw me for a loop. It shocked me, and it gave me a whole sense of respect for her that I did not have before. Okay, so yeah, that's the way to go out. She actually had an arc. She actually became a different person. Or so we thought. Okay, fast forward to 2021. No, she's actually a worse piece of shit in 2021 than she is in 2004. But we haven't gotten there yet. All right? So yeah, that threw me for a loop. And when Magda compliments you, that means something. Okay? Because she doesn't just go around complimenting people and telling them they did a great job. That's not who she is. But she did this for Miranda. So I knew that meant something. That Miranda was becoming a better person, you know? And I think that was a wonderful scene, great fucking scene. I'm glad they put it in there. I'm glad they had some sort of a story arc for Miranda, even if it wasn't until just the last episode. But it's something, and it's something pretty good. Okay, meanwhile, Smith comes home from his trip in Canada. He flew all night. He wakes up Samantha. She's asleep. Kind of scares her, actually. You know, wakes her up, and Smith's like, hey, there's something I forgot to tell you. On the phone. She's like, what? He's like, I love you. Bull fucking shit, dude. Just keep the fucking gravy train going is what you love. I love the gravy train you've been giving me. That's what he really meant to say. He must have been a slip up. Okay? And Samantha's like, you flew all the way back here just to tell me that? He's like, well, can you think of a better reason? No, I can't. And then she looks over at him. She's like, you have meant more to me than any man I have ever known. Which just means that I don't fucking love you either. Well, that's true. It's true. I don't think Samantha's really capable of loving someone else. She's not capable of empathy. You know, I mean, I think that if there's something in her that she has a conscience, okay. But when it comes to men, I think some men have really fucking hurt her in the past, starting with her dad abandoning her. You know, and I think that it just she does not know how to pair bond. Okay, she's had way too many fucking one night stands. She's fucked way too many guys to be able to relate to a man other than sexually, which is why she has no male friends that are not gay. Okay, she doesn't know how to relate to men, heterosexual men, unless it's sexual. Okay, she doesn't know how to be a friend to a guy, you know, or a coworker or anything like that. She does not know how to do those things. Okay, she does not know how to love a man. Okay, she's fucked way too many guys to be able to know how to fucking do that. All right, that's the fate of women that fuck a lot of guys. Okay, in the end, once you can't get those guys anymore because you lost your looks, you aged out, whatever. Okay, you realize you don't know how to relate to a man other than sexual, and the men don't want you sexually anymore. So fucking there's that. The one thing you had is gone. Okay, and I think realistically that's what's happened to Samantha. It doesn't mean she's a bad person or anything, but I think she understands how to pair bond with another man. Okay, so that's why she's not capable of loving Smith, and because she's not a hypocrite, she will not lie to him and tell him I love you too. She'll tell him I care more about you than any man I've ever known, which is good enough, I guess for her. That's good enough. All right, and that's good enough for me too. And if Smith Jared was written by a straight guy, that would be good enough for him, but it's not because he's in love with her. Can't live with I can't do without you, Samantha. There's no pretty, younger, hotter, more attractive women for me to fuck than you. Just you. Why don't you tell me you love me? Why don't you? Yeah, exactly. Okay. Where's my next billboard at? Yeah, that kind of thing. All right. Okay, so that's going to end this part of the review. Part fucking 5. Oh my God. All right, yeah, there's a lot going on here. Okay, so my next video here, I will finally finish this fucking episode. The next video, I will finish this episode. So thank you for watching as long as you have. And I will see you very shortly on the next one. Bye.